It was a profound personal commitment which defined her whole life. She made sacrifices for duty. Her dedication and devotion as sovereign never wavered. Through times of change,
it's finally happening. After years of quiet tension and whispered conflict inside the palace walls, Queen Consort Camilla has reportedly been removed from Buckingham Palace. This shocking decision came right after a disturbing revelation made by Princess Anne about Camilla's behaviour within the royal family. And while Anne hasn't gone fully public with her accusations, her actions are speaking volumes. Sources even claim that Princess Kate has quietly backed the move, showing that she, too, might not hold Camilla in the best light. But what exactly did Princess Anne uncover that caused such chaos behind those royal gates? Let's break it down. The royal family, often portrayed as a world of calm smiles and garden tea parties, is nothing like the fairy tales suggest.
My husband, he does it brilliantly. He can do all the voice.
Behind the royal portraits and rehearsed appearances lies a storm of secrets, tension, and unspoken power games. Every glance, every word, every small move gets judged by both family and the public, making loyalty almost impossible to maintain. This time, the storm is brewing between the Queen Consort and the princesses. Princess Anne has allegedly stepped up and made it clear that she's not afraid to speak her truth, even if it means clashing with Camilla. And trust me, she isn't holding back anymore. According to those close to the royals, Anne truly believes Camilla is unfit to represent the British monarchy as queen, a claim that's already sending shockwaves through the palace halls. The question now is, what exactly did Camilla do that forced Anne and Kate to finally turn their backs on her? Princess Anne has reportedly made her stance loud and clear. She doesn't want anyone referring to Camilla as queen. That's right, Anne has flat out rejected the title, insisting that Camilla doesn't deserve it. And according to Palace Whispers, her strong opinion stems from the long-standing belief that Camilla and King Charles's relationship began while Princess Diana was still alive. Even after all these years, that shadow hasn't faded. But before we jump too far ahead, let's not forget, royal scandals aren't anything new. History is overflowing with messy stories from the monarchy. Remember King George IV's secret marriage to the Catholic widow Maria Fitzherbert, or King Henry VIII's wild obsession with having a male heir that pushed him to split from the Catholic Church, divorce Catherine of Aragon, and marry Anne Boleyn. The royal bloodline has been tangled with drama for centuries, and barely any of them have come out looking squeaky clean. So what makes Princess Anne's opinion of Camilla so different this time? Well, the royal family may look polished to the world, but behind those palace walls lies a battlefield of quiet rivalries, hidden betrayals, and silent wars. They've mastered the art of smiling for cameras while daggers hide behind their backs. The truth is, their calm public image is one of the greatest performances of our time. From generation to generation, the British royals have kept the same pattern: glamour on the outside, chaos on the inside. Behind those grand portraits and sparkling crowns are stories of heartbreak, ambition, and deep-rooted grudges.
My mother was the Queen for a very long time. And although you kind of know that this might happen, you don't really think about it very much. Not least of all because the monarchy is about continuity.
It's finally happening.
And now we've entered an era no one saw coming, one where the royal family seems to be turning on itself again. This current storm involves King Charles, Camilla, the princes, and the princesses. No one is escaping the spotlight this time. Every public appearance, every gesture, every shared glance between them is being dissected by millions of eyes. People are obsessed with decoding every little moment. Was that a glare? Did she just ignore him? The palace is like a stage where every movement sparks new theories of secret alliances and quiet resentment. And make no mistake, the public lives for this royal drama, and the royals know it. That's why they've spent years perfecting the illusion of harmony. But don't be fooled by the elegant smiles and fancy gowns. Behind those golden doors of Buckingham Palace, not everything is as spotless as it looks. If we're being honest, the real crack in the royal family started showing the moment Camilla rose from being Prince Charles's controversial companion to officially becoming Queen Consort. That's when things truly began to crumble from within. Her presence didn't just divide public opinion, it stirred up serious resentment inside the royal circle itself. The tension became so thick that even royal insiders couldn't hide it anymore, and that's exactly the storm we're diving into today. But the chaos doesn't end there. Adding even more fuel to this royal fire are none other than the former royals, Harry and Meghan. Their explosive interviews, public statements, and shocking documentaries have only deepened the cracks, painting the monarchy in a harsh, unforgiving light. And let's be real, every time they speak, it's another nightmare for the royal PR team. Still, no matter how messy it gets, the royals somehow manage to keep up their glamorous image for the cameras, like nothing's wrong at all. However, this time, insiders say it's different. What was once seen as ordinary family drama has now turned into something far more serious, something powerful enough to shake the very foundation of the monarchy itself. Behind closed doors, emotions are running high, alliances are breaking, and trust is wearing thin. At the heart of it all stands Princess Anne, the royal who's never been afraid to speak her mind. Sources close to the palace claim she's made a shocking revelation about Camilla, accusing her of being a direct threat to the royal system itself. Can you imagine? That one bold claim reportedly forced senior royals to re-evaluate Camilla's entire position, and it's believed that's what led to the drastic decision to remove her from Buckingham Palace. Right now, Buckingham is said to be in total chaos. The atmosphere is thick with uncertainty. No one knows who's siding with whom or what might happen next. Even royal watchers can barely keep up with the whirlwind of events unfolding day by day. But one thing is crystal clear. Whatever's happening behind those palace doors, it's changing the royal family forever. And from what we're hearing, it sounds like the royals might not all be on Camilla's side anymore. Not everyone in the royal circle likes Camilla, or even respects her position as queen consort. Surprised? You really shouldn't be, especially when you remember how she got there in the first place. What's truly shocking is how far the internal feud inside Buckingham Palace has gone, and the unexpected roles Princess Anne and Princess Kate have played in this royal storm. From what we know, both Anne and Kate have always been seen as the calm, dutiful pillars of the monarchy. Anne, ever the workhorse, is constantly focused on her royal duties, rarely indulging in drama or personal disputes. Kate, on the other hand, has been the monarchy's steady hand, graceful, loyal, and rarely caught in controversy. She only steps into the spotlight for official ceremonies or charity work, keeping her image spotless and refined. So how did these two end up entangled in Camilla's royal fate? Buckle up, because this is where things start to get very interesting. You see, the royal family has always been built on a tight web of tradition, the kind of centuries-old customs that define everything from how they dress to how they greet one another. Duty, service, unity, and privacy are the pillars of their world. But above all, tradition is what binds the monarchy together. It's the heartbeat of the British crown. By following these traditions, the royals maintain their link to generations of kings and queens who came before them, reinforcing their power and their identity in the eyes of the world. Now imagine what happens when that sacred connection starts to crumble. Once the thread of tradition begins to fray, chaos isn't far behind. And that's exactly what's happening inside Buckingham Palace right now. A silent war between old customs and modern expectations. It's no longer just about respect or protocol. It's about survival. The very soul of the monarchy is at stake. The tension reached its breaking point during a particular royal event that sent shockwaves across the nation. Cameras caught something no one expected, a moment that many claimed symbolized the fall of royal tradition. During that event, Kate failed to bow to Queen Consort Camilla. Yes, you heard that right. The Princess of Wales, known for her perfect etiquette, didn't perform the traditional bow, a gesture seen as a powerful symbol of royal respect. That single act, whether intentional or not, spoke louder than words. It wasn't just a missed bow, it was a statement, one that made the entire world wonder where Kate truly stands in this royal power game. And from that moment on, it became clear that the divide within Buckingham Palace wasn't just gossip anymore, it was real. and it was unfolding right before our eyes. During one high-profile royal meeting, what seemed like a moment of deliberate neglect instantly turned heads across the room. Every glance shifted toward Princess Kate as whispers spread like wildfire among the royals. A few even shot her those sharp, cautionary stares, the kind that silently scream, "You just crossed a line." But how could something as simple as a missing bow cause such a stir? Well, the answer lies deep within royal tradition. Among the royals, bowing or curtsying isn't just a polite gesture, it's a symbol of status, power, and hierarchy. It's part of the monarchy's sacred code, defining who stands where in the royal order. Each bow, each curtsy, tells its own story, one that shows respect, loyalty, and acknowledgement of royal rank. And by those very rules, Camilla, as Queen Consort, ranks higher than Princess Kate. That means Kate was expected to bow when meeting Camilla, and again upon their parting. But that never happened. Instead, Kate simply offered a subtle nod, calm, poised, and unmistakably deliberate. It was quiet, but powerful enough to shake the entire royal hall. Now, to the casual eye, it might have seemed like nothing, just a missed gesture. But inside Buckingham Palace, that tiny act spoke volumes, especially coming from Princess Kate Middleton, the woman who has mastered royal grace to perfection. As the Duchess of Cambridge and now the Princess of Wales, she's had years to study royal etiquette. Through countless ceremonies, family gatherings, and public events, there's no way she forgot something this fundamental, which only leaves one possibility: she chose not to bow. The symbolism of that moment didn't go unnoticed. Not by the royals, not by the press, and certainly not by the public. Looking Camilla straight in the eye without bowing was seen as a bold rejection of her authority, a statement that Kate doesn't recognize her as the rightful queen consort, and that's huge. To royal watchers, this wasn't just defiance, it was sacrilege. In one subtle movement, Kate may have revealed what many inside the palace secretly feel but never say out loud: that Camilla's rise to power remains controversial and unaccepted by much of the royal family. And honestly, can anyone blame them for wondering, what if Lady Diana had become queen instead? The thought lingers in people's minds even now, like a haunting "what could have been." Many still see Diana as the true people's princess, the one who embodied love, empathy, and genuine class, everything the world adored about the monarchy. So when Kate refused to bow, it wasn't just an etiquette slip. It was a moment that reignited old wounds and reminded everyone of the ghost that still lingers over Buckingham Palace. The memory of Diana and the question that refuses to die. Would things have been different if it were her sitting on that throne? If Lady Diana had become queen consort, there's no doubt things would have played out very differently. The royal atmosphere at Buckingham Palace might have been far less tense, and the entire monarchy could have taken a softer, more united shape. In fact, many believe that if Diana were still around, Prince Harry might never have left the royal family, and the brothers wouldn't be at odds the way they are now. Imagine that. No endless conflicts, no cold stares, no emotional distance between them. Everything could have been different. Now, keeping that in mind, maybe Kate's attitude toward Camilla makes more sense. Perhaps she carries that quiet, unspoken loyalty to Diana, a belief that someone else should have been sitting in Camilla's place. That mindset alone could explain her actions, though it doesn't exactly excuse them. Even so, let's be real. Kate knows the weight of her role. As the future queen consort once Prince William ascends the throne, she's fully aware that every move she makes is under a microscope. Every step, every glance, every tiny gesture reflects not just her own image, but the entire monarchy's. With that kind of responsibility, she's expected to rise above personal feelings, to put the royal order and its traditions before emotion. That's what makes her decision during that encounter with Camilla so fascinating. Was it rebellion or something deeper? Still, one can't ignore that maybe, just maybe, Kate simply chose to disregard the bow altogether. Perhaps she didn't want to play along with what she feels is an undeserved display of royal authority. After all, Kate isn't naive. She knows exactly what that gesture represents, so her decision to skip it might have been quiet but powerful, a form of resistance hidden behind elegance. Whatever the reason, that moment proved one thing. The tension in Buckingham Palace runs much deeper than smiles and royal waves. Beneath all the glitter and ceremony, the cracks in the crown are starting to show. Of course, we all know the royal monarchy has been going through a massive transformation lately, a true metamorphosis under King Charles's leadership. He's steering the crown toward a modern era, trying to make sure the royal system fits into 21st century life without completely losing its ancient charm. It's a delicate balance, evolution without rebellion. With all these changes unfolding, insiders believe the royal family might soon drop a few outdated traditions and replace them with ones that better match today's world. And honestly, bowing could easily be one of those traditions quietly slipping away. The monarchy knows they can't cling to old customs forever, but at the same time, they're desperately trying to protect the core values that have always defined British royalty: duty, loyalty, and respect for the crown. From the outside looking in, the public's reaction to Kate's no-bow moment has been wildly divided. Some people were outraged, calling it disrespectful and improper, while others absolutely loved it. In an age where the royal family is being pushed to modernise, many found it refreshing, even empowering, to see someone like Princess Kate step away from centuries-old protocols. To them, that tiny act wasn't rudeness. It was rebellion with grace. This generation of royal watchers doesn't want to see puppet-like figures locked in outdated customs. They want royals with personality, people who think for themselves, who can challenge the old order and still keep their composure under the world's harshest spotlight. So, when Kate chose to skip the bow, a huge part of the public saw her as the embodiment of independence, the royal who dares to be real. Still, let's not forget, there are also plenty of devoted traditionalists who hold those ancient customs close to heart. They see rituals like bowing and curtsying as symbols of order and discipline, the very foundation that keeps the monarchy standing tall. To them, these gestures are more than etiquette, they're the soul of the royal hierarchy. So while modern voices cheer Kate for her boldness, the old guard fears this could mark the slow unravelling of what makes the monarchy so distinct. One thing's for sure, whether you call it rebellion or renewal, Buckingham Palace will never be quite the same again. Within the monarchy, she's known as one of the hardest working royals, often attending hundreds of engagements each year without complaint. However, this same steadfastness has also created friction, particularly with those who don't share her disciplined outlook. Camilla, on the other hand, has always embodied a more relaxed and unconventional approach to royal life. While she's gained King Charles's unwavering support and has taken on more responsibilities since becoming Queen Consort, her journey into royal acceptance hasn't been smooth. Princess Anne's traditionalism and Camilla's informal charm have clashed repeatedly over the years, often behind closed doors. But according to sources close to the palace, the real turning point came when Princess Anne reportedly made a shocking revelation to King Charles himself, one that directly questioned Camilla's conduct and position. It said that Anne privately accused Camilla of overstepping boundaries that were traditionally reserved for the reigning monarch, implying that Camilla's growing influence was distorting the image of the crown. Anne's revelation wasn't meant to humiliate Camilla, but to alert the king to what she perceived as a growing imbalance in royal authority. However, once word of her comments spread through palace circles, tensions skyrocketed. Some insiders claim that King Charles distanced himself emotionally from the discussion, while others suggest that the confrontation led to a chilling atmosphere during family events. And the aftermath? Rumours began circulating that Camilla started reducing her public appearances, citing health reasons, though many believe it was a strategic retreat to avoid further scrutiny. Princess Anne, meanwhile, stood by her convictions, firm in her belief that the monarchy must remain rooted in discipline, not favouritism or modern indulgence. Still, this situation raises one crucial question. Has Anne's tough love approach helped preserve royal integrity, or has it only deepened the cracks within the House of Windsor? Either way, this quiet but fierce battle between two of the most influential women in the royal family could shape the monarchy's image for years to come, especially when it comes to protecting the monarchy's dignity. To her, the crown is sacred, not just a symbol of power, but of centuries-old duty, sacrifice, and restraint. Camilla, however, represents the opposite end of that spectrum. Her journey from scandal to acceptance has been one defined by modern leniency, emotional transparency, and an attempt to humanize the royal image. And that, in Anne's eyes, is exactly the problem. During the coronation dinner, What was meant to be a celebration reportedly turned into a moment of royal tension. Witnesses claim Anne directly challenged Camilla on her growing assertiveness and influence over King Charles's decisions. Her tone was sharp, her words deliberate. She accused Camilla of forgetting her place and warned her that not every royal privilege comes without restraint. The exchange, according to insiders, stunned those in attendance. Even Charles, who has always tried to maintain peace between his wife and sister, was said to have been visibly uncomfortable. But what made the confrontation even more shocking was that Anne's criticism didn't just come from personal disdain, it came from fear. Fear that Camilla's softer, more relaxed reign could slowly dismantle the rigid structure that has held the monarchy together for generations. Anne reportedly told close confidants that duty cannot be redefined to suit comfort, a statement many took as a direct jab at Camilla's modern influence. In contrast, Camilla, though outwardly composed, was deeply hurt by the incident. Those close to her say she felt humiliated, as though her years of effort to gain public acceptance had been wiped away in a single evening. The once muted tensions between the two royal women suddenly became the talk of Buckingham Palace. After that night, palace insiders began noticing a shift: fewer public appearances together, strained smiles during joint events, and subtle changes in seating arrangements that kept the two women apart. Though the royal press office tried to dismiss it as nonsense, those familiar with the internal workings of the palace knew better. Anne feared that Camilla's growing role in the coronation proceedings would set a precedent that could tarnish the monarchy's long-held principles. What was supposed to be a night of unity and celebration became an evening of sharp whispers and tense stares. Beneath the golden chandeliers of Buckingham Palace, a royal Cold War was quietly unfolding. Anne's disapproval wasn't just a clash between tradition and modernity, it was deeply personal. She'd witnessed the emotional turmoil Camilla's relationship with Charles caused her family for years. And now, with her mother gone and her brother as king, Anne sees herself as the guardian of the crown's legacy. She's determined to protect it at all costs, even if that means standing against the Queen Consort herself. Sources close to the palace reveal that Anne has refused to refer to Camilla as Queen, insisting on calling her Queen Consort. She's even encouraged others within the royal circle to do the same, claiming Camilla will never fill the shoes of her late mother. As word of the confrontation spread, the media painted Anne as the defender of royal integrity, and Camilla as the disruptive force challenging it. But behind the headlines, something bigger seems to be happening. Camilla's recent illness and sudden withdrawal from major royal events, like the Field of Remembrance and the Olympic reception, have raised eyebrows. While Buckingham Palace attributes her absence to a chest infection, insiders whisper that her retreat might be part of a quiet, strategic reshuffling within the monarchy. If true, this could mean that Anne's confrontation was the final push that led the king to reconsider Camilla's influence. It might be his way of restoring balance and ensuring that the legacy Queen Elizabeth left behind remains untarnished. So what do you think? Did the monarchy make the right choice if Camilla truly steps back from power? Do you believe Anne was right to defend royal values so fiercely? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this royal deep dive, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more untold stories and royal revelations.